Warning, the following presentation contains cold, hard truths that might change the way you think. Viewer discretion won't do you any good now.
Attention all viewers. It's Terraria. Hey, look who it is! The greatest video game. The end of Terraria. My kid is in the other room crying. Strawberry vinegar. Freaky Friday stuff. It's been exactly 1 year since my channel got hacked and went bye-bye. And since nobody wants to hear about that because it's depressing as shit, I thought what better way to lighten the mood than to talk about the game that started it all. Terrariasaurus Rex, the king of all games. Alright, maybe not. But it is the 7th highest grossing game of all time. That's all thanks to me, buying it so many times. If you still haven't played Terraria, stop watching this video, turn off your computer, go outside, get in your car, drive to the nearest space station or launch pad, apply for a job at NASA, do years of training and underwater testing, intense physical work, then go into outer space and never return. Because you have failed as a human. But is Terraria still worth playing in the year 2026? Well, it could very well be, because they just released the 1.4.5 update, and honestly, if I were to describe this update in one word, it would be unsmall. Just whoa, Terraria. You went a little overboard here. I mean, we actually thought they were done updating this game, and then they went ahead and did this. Aside from the fact that this list is very long, what this update essentially consists of is a rather large amount of quality of life improvements that include a once again revamped, now fully searchable crafting menu, finally, nearly 700 new items, yeah, I know, just how? And crossover content with Dead Cells and Palworld, which I couldn't care less about, yet totally respect that it's there. Wait, Palworld. Didn't they get sued? Damn, Terraria, you're hanging with the bad boys of the gaming community. I hope you know what you're doing. But I think the best way to dive into this update, while also seeing if this game still holds up in general, is of course, to start from the beginning. So let's make a new character, new world, and crack open this old chestnut once again. Now, one of the biggest standout features of this update was the new World Seed selection menu. World Seeds were always available, if you happen to know the codes to generating them, like your data from Star Trek. With this new update, now you're able to select from a list of world seeds, or combine them into your own unique world that's probably totally unplayable because of how much shit you just allowed to happen in it. But this is one of the things that makes this game so fun to revisit in 2026. Having so many ways to change how the world works makes it feel like more of a sandbox than it's ever been. Now, I thought the Sky World sounded cool as a concept, which starts you on a floating island with nothing around you. The entire rest of the world is empty. Like, yeah, that's empty. So...
what would you say you do here?
in this world type, you have to create your own biomes from scratch and somehow build out the world to eventually be able to fight bosses and I guess mine for something? Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Sounds incredible in theory. I respect the shit out of anyone who plays this mode. Also, this list is really incomplete. The game has way more world seeds to play with, and some of them are pretty great. Like How Did I Get Here, which makes your starting spawn point a completely random location. Or Mole People, which makes it so your world doesn't have a surface layer. Come on, doesn't get more immersive than that. Or what about I Am Error, which just puts completely random blocks everywhere. You never know what you're gonna get. Looks like treasure, could be trash. Even just the paint-based seeds like Negative Infinity, which gives the world negative colors, or Monochrome, which turns all the blocks black and white. I also really like X-Ray Vision. This one is interesting because you can just see everything that's normally hidden in darkness. I feel like this is how the game would look if it were released in 1992. Then there's Invisible Plane. You know, the one where the whole world is invisible. Yeah, maybe not this one. And let's not forget Truck Stop, where the whole world is covered in poo blocks. Wait, seriously? Oh my god. Did you know there was poo in this game? What can you craft with poo? Poo walls? Oh my god. I think I'm gonna feel really bad forcing any NPC to live here. Why don't we start with a celebration world? Because this game is always worth celebrating. After about 20 minutes of playing, I had to start over and switch to journey mode. I'm sorry, but I can't go back to classic Terraria after being completely spoiled with Journey. I was afraid this would happen, and it did. Don't get me wrong, I love living out of chests and spending a lot of time doing that, but this is just hard to move away from. In Journey mode, I don't keep a single item in chests. I have no chests. I just research everything I pick up until I unlock the ability to generate infinite amounts of it and just trash everything that's already researched. I keep a very clean inventory in Journey. But after restarting in Journey mode, the first thing I did was make that money. Wait a minute. I already established in my 1.4 review 6 years ago that you won't even need money in Journey mode because you could just dupe everything instead of buying it. Damn it. I just really like using that song and stuff. I noticed that now you can stack almost every item to 9,999. Hard to imagine it took them this long to implement that, but it's obviously great. I know I've only been playing for like half an hour, but I can already say with assurance, the best new item in this whole update, rainbow glow sticks. Dude, hell yeah. It's not just that they make every moment look like a party, they also help you see in the dark. Okay, honestly, I have no idea what the hell's going on. Ah yes, the demolitionist has arrived. Now we can get to the underworld in the fastest way possible. You gotta research bombs or dynamite, and then just start tossing those puppies straight down like you're in The Last Jedi. You can do this while hanging from a rope, or just on foot. It can be a dangerous venture if you're not careful. But at this point, I don't even care about dying at all. I mean, look at this. I just dropped 5,000 platinum. Whoops. After I triggered hard mode and got a decent lay of the land, I decided to create another new world, this one being an upside-down, drunk world mixed with celebration. Because I wasn't done celebrating, I just felt like kicking it up a notch. The upside-down world is exactly what it sounds like. You start in the underworld and have to work your way up to the surface. Yeah, this is pretty fucked up. I don't know if it's the drunkenness or the celebration, but I'm loving the colors that are happening here. I mean, this is beautiful. Getting to the top of the world was interesting. Unlike digging down, which you at least have gravity on your side for, this had its own rhythm. Now, I had heard that this update made it so that when you touch the bottom of the world, you die now, but I didn't know that you also die if you hit the top. You know what? I like it. I think the game should have always been like this. Makes the game more lively by using death. Look at this. I kill enemies just by standing still. Not even pressing anything. But let's get serious for a moment. These are the things that stood out to me the most in this update. They made a lot of improvements to my favorite feature, the research menu. Now, when you trash an item, it automatically attempts to research it before it gets trashed. This is great if you accidentally throw something away that you didn't realize you haven't finished researching. Or if you want to just throw stuff away and research it at the same time. Also, now you'll see partially researched items showing up in the dupe menu, letting you know what you can work on finishing. And probably the coolest addition of all, researching now contributes to your online teammates' progress in their research. Total game changer that further incentivizes playing Journey in co-op by speeding it up even more. The new crafting menu is obviously great and kind of the centerpiece of this update. I'm more impressed by the ability to right-click any crafting station and look at its own menu and item list. Boy, is that useful if you've spent any time away from this game and you forgot what all this stuff does. If you are still playing classic mode, you'll appreciate this feature. Items can now be crafted from nearby chests within a 36-tile radius. A lot of games in this genre have been doing this, and I'm glad Terraria finally caught up to that. There's a new menu just for banners. Some people may think this is pointless. They're not really wrong, but I seriously like it. They really improved dismounting minecarts by clicking on the track. I always had a hard time with this. Maybe it's because I play this game on so many platforms, I'm just confusing the controls. But I'm so glad they paid attention to this. There's new boss music. I don't think I've ever commented on how much I love the music in this game, which is kind of shocking because I'm a video game soundtrack nutcase. But the fact that they added new music to this game is just awesome. The new Skeletron Prime theme is metal as shit. But for my third world experiment, I decided to go with the Zenith, aka all the world seeds combined, except the upside down one. We already got that one covered. And the sky one. That ain't happening. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. Just hopping back and forth between these worlds, still having a blast with journey mode. Terraria has evolved to be more about controlling and customizing your journey, but it never sacrifices the spontaneity and the need to explore. I just think journey mode is so much fun, it's really hard not to use it. Cranking up that enemy spawn level, speeding up time, and just going on a rampage will never get old to me. By the way, another incredible new addition in 1.4.5, being able to throw sabers now. Oh my god, I love this. And then you force pull it back to you, getting even more hits on the enemies. This is very satisfying, and I really appreciate its implementation. As you can see, it's still pretty easy to have fun in this game. In fact, the thing that scares me about this game is just how easy it is to waste time while playing it. Like, even just decorating. I just really want to stick these green lights underground for some creepy ambience. Don't judge me. This game makes you do unnecessary things. It just does something to your brain, where you honestly say to yourself, yes, I would like to spend hours building an extremely long bridge, or an extremely long rope elevator, or an entire underground bunker colony, or just an extremely deep hole with no real purpose. And the next thing you know, 2 months have gone by like your life had its journey speed accidentally cranked, and you're gonna have to build yourself a new apartment because you just got evicted. I can't tell you how good it felt to revisit this game after a few years of letting it lie dormant. There was something special about 1.4.5. It has its own identity. 1.3 was just a total revamp along with new endgame content. 1.4 was journey mode, golf, the bestiary, and world seeds. 1.4.5 was just an insane amount of little things, but so many that the entire core of the game has improved. They packed a lot into this, enough so that it really does make this game absolutely worth visiting in 2026. I noticed something interesting while capturing footage for this update. Certain times the game's window title would read Terraria 1.5 Revenge of the Moon Lord and Terraria 1.6 The Final Update. And if you're thinking that maybe they're trying to tell us something here, I've also seen it say Terraria Otherworld and Terraria 2 Electric Boogaloo, which means none of these updates are actually being planned. However, just a few days ago, there was an official post on Steam that seemed to confirm that they are working on 1.4.6, which will finally add crossplay to the game. Wait a minute. They're also saying that Terraria updates will continue beyond that. Holy fucking shit! They're finally admitting that they're not done with this game. Which means they lied to us! That's it. I hate this game now. But since the game just keeps getting better and better, I can honestly say that this is the best time to play Terraria. And even with all these new features, if you still don't think this game looks amazing, please enter this volcano now.